think I figured out a good way to say some of the issues I'm having is because it comes, I don't know, it comes at you so much sometimes, and you feel like, I feel like I have such this message to share with people, and it's such a powerful, meaningful, loving message. Not even just a message, something for everybody to do, something for everybody to learn, understand, and help them grow and develop as people, as a human race, as just surviving souls. I mean, I seriously believe that we can get to the point where we learn how to understand everything, like minerals and animals. And, I know it sounds sort of crazy, but who knows how far we can go. We can go as far as we want. But the problem is, in order to get started, I need to find a way to explain it where to start explaining it. That's the hard thing, is so much came to me at one time that I don't know where to start to explain it, and it gets me really, really balled up. Like, I'm very happy all the time. I get balled up because I don't know how to share it. And when I get around people and I get emotional, like, I try to play Dan Alexander role, and I don't know how else to say that either. Like, I try to play just a human being, and I want to make sure that my job is important, and my relationships are important. And when I say stuff like that, is I say playing the role of Dad or playing the role of Dan, like, those matter to me, but those matter to me more because I realized that that's where I was born, and there was a reason I was born there, and I get that. Like, my kids and my mom and dad were part of my life for a reason. There's a reason they're the souls in the role they're playing. And I know that sounds silly, but it's not that silly, really. So, like, I don't discredit having my family. I love my family more than anything. I do. I love all people, but because I have my special relationships with them, I love them. They're in a family way too, in a human sense. And I mean, I guess I love everybody in a human sense. I don't want to try to keep explaining those kind of things, and I don't know how to distinguish love between my family and between other people, because I'm not saying that I love everybody the same, but I do in a certain way. But then when it comes to my family, I just know them more personally. So that's really all it is. That's all it is with everybody. But I feel so powerful, and I have such a meaningful, powerful thing to say, and nobody wants to hear it because they're not there. And if you tell somebody, that you're having spiritual experiences, people will be like, oh yeah, I've had, I meditated and stuff, and it's a big difference, And I'm not trying to sound dumb when I get extreme and I say stuff like rip to pieces and blah 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 blah, but I have felt these things. I've been into these weird things, and I guess every person has their own experience, but I feel like I've experienced all things. And if I haven't experienced yet, I could imagine it, but I've been sort of working on clearing those kind of thoughts from my mind so I don't think horribly, and I haven't really had any negative images in my head at all for quite a while. But I also haven't really been, trying to awaken Kundalini anymore, because, when my first experience happened, I never even knew what Kundalini was called. Like, I was doing a Bob Proctor abundance meditation about money. Like I said, I never had even heard of Kundalini. But as soon as I put in some of the symptoms online, that's what it said it was. I was like, wow. So I started reading into it, and it is exactly what it was. And I've been doing chakra stuff, but for very just minorly, minor chakra stuff, because I didn't really know anything about it. I thought it was sort of just silly, and I didn't really get into it until after my experience. So, I mean, I don't know how else to say it. It's not something that would have happened unless it was meant to happen. So I feel like I read all these things and see all these things now that say waking to Kundalini is dangerous, but it happened to me on its own, and I feel like I have no choice now. Every once in a while, I'll feel like if I don't do a Kundalini yoga or meditation or something for a few days, which I haven't, I get like this energy like tighten in my back, and I know I've read all these things and said, oh no, that's not Kundalini then, because if it's Kundalini, it feels this way. Well, I felt those ways, but it doesn't just constantly stay there, because there's something in me. And if you can't tell, I'm going through personal struggles trying to play Dan Alexander, do my job and play my role, because I don't want to, I guess I'm holding on. I guess I'm not letting go of certain things. I don't want to let go of being family and You know, how are you supposed to do that? I don't want to just go off and sit in an island and hum in a chair and, bless people. That's not what I want to do. I want to be who I am, but at the same time, I don't want to work my way up to a meaningful position by the means that I'm doing right now when I know I'm worth so much more. And at the same time, I'm trying to think of how I can shoot my own videos, and I'm not coming up with these ideas because I need people to hold the camera and help me play roles. I can't play all the characters. I mean, I could, but it'd be just even more difficult. So I guess I get really so many ideas and no way to use them and no way to do them, and then not even just ideas, the creative ideas, like the honest spiritual truth answers that I know. I've been looking into another person I never even heard of until after this is Nityananda Parananda. I don't know how to say his name, but he's awesome, actually. And he says a lot of meaningful things that I completely understand, and I never even heard half of the words, and I don't even need, he talks English, but then he talks a lot of, I don't know what language, so I don't want to say it wrong, but Hinduism. And I'll never just say I'm any religion, because a religion is a word. It's a way to break off and to break up into its own little section. So even the people that say that they're one and then they say they're Hindu, I'm thinking, like, aren't you breaking off into a section? And they're like, that's the only one that's worthy of being called a religion. I'm thinking, like, oh, aren't you just doing the same thing you said not to do? But I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I guess I really didn't explain it the way I thought of it, because I forgot it by the time I got my phone. But I was talking to the girl at Sheets, and I didn't mean to. I sort of hit on her. I just told her I could make her orgasm for 2 hours straight because I know the human body and I'm really good at blah blah blah. And I didn't even mean to say it. I was just talking because I'm comfortable about anything. But anywho, I guess I'll stop recording now. And I'm going to do a meditation on removing negative blocks and overthinking. Peace.